something happened in August, September of 2008 that people have no idea of really what it really meant, because we moved into a new phase of evolution for this whole globe. And it's called globalization, because at that time, all of the financial institutions of the whole world simultaneously, on cue, took the same dump as though it had all been planned. And it hadn't been. It showed that there was a global consciousness. And we are all affected. Now, why is that significant? In so many ways. I mean, we have no idea how it affects us individually. For instance, in the past, what was happening in Bosnia made no difference to us. It was like if our little toe was infected, it was way down there, out of sight, out of mind. But now we know that we're connected to our little toe. And if we don't take care of its infection, it could kill us in the end. No longer does a nation have perfect sovereignty, because we're all interconnected. We're interconnected with everybody in the world. You know, I can talk about globalization, but it's kind of out there. How does it apply to me as an individual? What can I do? Well, we get back to my favorite subject, which is you can't deal with globalization without self-love, because there's nothing to anchor to except everything. And so you have to realize that I have that within me that's going to take care of something, the world's changes, about this process that's taking place. And you cannot love yourself if you don't know who you are. There again we get to the double thread. I am both the man of earth, this costume that I'm wearing temporarily, and I'm the man of God. You remember the play, it was a Ronald Colman movie, The Double Life, about an actor who was playing Othello. And he finally began to choke Shelley Winters, and they stopped it just in time, because he played the part so long, he began to believe he was the part. Well, we've been playing these parts for how many years age we have, and we've got to realize, hey, wait a minute, that's the part I'm playing. I am life eternal. I am, and this doesn't have to be whether you're a Catholic, a Methodist, Jewish, or a Muslim, or whatnot. It fits everything. Because, you know, there has been one major flaw in all the world's religions, and that has been, they have all admitted that there is an omnipresence, that there is a supreme power, whatever they want to call it, Allah, Brahm, God, and so forth. And they have all said, but you've got to get rid of your humanity. Either lock it into a monastery or subject it to a theology, but you've got to get rid of it. That's the past. Because if God created everything, it created our humanity as well. So we have to find out, what's it here for? And instead of get rid of it, use it for what its divine purpose is. And its divine purpose is to raise consciousness. First, your own consciousness, and then secondarily, the collective consciousness. You know, today, we've got to realize something. We are all affected like never before by the collective consciousness. And that's just not accidental. Our godly technology has done it for us. We have CNN, we have all these things. So the whole world thinks the same thoughts at the same time. And that creates a collective awareness. And so sometimes if you wake up in the morning and you feel unhappy and you have a tendency to look at your own life and feel like, well, what did I do? Or what's this going to be? You probably didn't do anything. If you're sensitive, you've tuned into the collective consciousness. And at that moment, the collective consciousness is going through a lot. And believe me, it's going through a lot these days. Because there are a lot of people who don't love themselves enough not to fear. And so the collective consciousness is in a pretty fearful state. So we have to realize we're tuned into it, but we are not it.